Driving modes can be adjusted via this little dial here on your steering wheel: comfort, sport, sports plus, race, and so on. If you push that, it goes into your individual mode. These can also be adjusted. The button on the edge of it turns the function that's selected on or off. You can see that there, but you can adjust that function as well. So now it's the suspension, comfort, sport, sport plus, comfort, sport, sport plus. And you might want to change that one to the exhaust, and then soft exhaust or loud exhaust. You can really hear that. The new steering wheel, your cruise control is now set on the steering wheel rather than on the stalk that was on the left hand side of the column, but it all works very much the same. To switch between cruise control and speed limiter is this button here. Little touchpads, these control the main display here. So if we push the home button, you'll see the display change, and then we can swipe left and right across the touchpad to select the different modes. Let's go to styles and display, click on that, and let's say we want the sport mode. You'll see it change to the sport mode. Now you can also swipe to the right or left on this and change the displays. You can see the row of lights down here. Once that's illuminated, we can scroll through the different modes that you can have in each of these displays. And we can go across to the left, and you see we get the row of buttons over here, and we can also adjust that display there. Okay, at the front we've got our head-up display. You can see that out there. If we push the home button here, you'll see we get head-up display showing there. If we swipe up, we can then adjust our head-up display, and hopefully you can see that. It gets a blue square around it. Oh, it's very hard to see, I'm sorry, I'm doing my best. And we can change what's in each of those three displays in the head-up display. And you can see that changing. So the middle one is empty, now it's the speed, and it also has the limiter or cruise control. We can go to the left and we can adjust that to show different modes. There's a G-force meter, that's pretty cool. And then over to the right we've got the Distronic control to show you how far from the car in front of you are. You can have it empty, or you can have the speed in there as well. The main screen is now a touch screen. Works very much like your phone. I'm sure you'll figure that out very quickly. It can also be adjusted with the touchpad on the steering wheel. So if we push the home button, and then we can swipe across the touchpad here, get to the function that we want, and let's say we go to comfort, and we click on that, and here we can adjust some of our different modes in here: seat kinetics, ambient lighting, we can adjust the color, going over to the left, swipe down, red moon. We can adjust the brightnesses on these. So there's also a back arrow on the steering wheel, there's also a back arrow on the touch screen. So many different ways to use the car. We go to brightness, and at the moment everything's moving as one. You can see that there, everything is the one unit, everything's going up and down together. But if we turn brightness zones on, it separates all of those, and we can adjust them individually, and you'll see which ones affect which parts of the car. The vents is fairly obvious because it's the vents change, they have LED lights in them as well. All of those functions can also be controlled via the touchpad here as well. There's a home button, a back button, and this actually gives some haptic feedback. You'll feel it click, or you hear it click and feel it just give a vibrate or a thump each time it moves. So it gives you some feedback on the movement of the thing. You've got your dynamic switch here to be able to adjust the performance of the car as well. That's also the same as the one that's on the steering wheel. So just moving that forwards and backwards. When you're in individual mode, if you click on this, you can set up your individual mode for your performance and your suspension and your exhaust, and how you want the car set up. Of course, you've got your heated and ventilated seats in this car, so you've got the two buttons here for that. Your electric seats with memory, very much the same as your current car, nothing new to learn there. A headlight switch looks different, but it does the same thing. You've got the auto. If you want to override it, you turn it on, and then you've got your parkers around to the other side. Your handbrake is here. Like your current car, that'll work automatically 99% of the time, but if there's a safety concern, the car recognises you might need to pull the handbrake off by yourself. In the front of the car, you've got a wireless charging pad, so if you put your phone down there and it has wireless charging in your phone, that will charge there. You'll also see we've got new connectors now for Apple CarPlay. You've got USB-C. I'll put an adapter in there in case you don't have a USB-C cable. So in that hole will be a little adapter that you can plug your regular USB cable. Air conditioning controls are across this run here. Very simple to work out. You've got your left and right temperature on the outsides. The on-off button basically is this one here. This joins the two sides together. Recirculate rear screen, front screen, fan speed. The menu is interesting. If you push menu here, you get a menu up on the display here, and you can use the touch screen to adjust your temperatures and your direction of air as well. So it's actually pretty nice to use it up there. It may bring up a Mercedes-Me prompt on the top of the screen. Just for the short term, just ignore that because you'll only be able to go so far by connecting it to your phone, and then I've got to interrupt it at my end anyhow. So just let me connect you to the car via your details, and then you'll get notifications via email to connect your phone to the car, so you can then use the Mercedes-Me functions that go with that. Make sure you've got the Mercedes-Me app as well downloaded to your phone. I'll send you a link to that today. I think that might be about it. I hope you really enjoy the car. It's a really beautiful machine. Thank you.